All right, today we're going to unlock a huge piece of the English language by mastering just three little words: am, is, and are. Seriously, get these right and your confidence is going to shoot way up. So let's dive right in. To kick things off, I want you to take a look at a sentence on the screen. It's a really common mistake that a lot of learners make. The question is simple: can you see what's wrong with it? She have 25 years old. Does that sound great to you? Now, if you're kind of scratching your head, don't you worry. By the end of this, you will know exactly why this is wrong and, more importantly, how to get it right every single time. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll properly meet our three keywords. Then, we'll cover the basic rules. After that, we'll explore 6 essential ways to use them, talk about describing existence, and then it's your turn to practice. We're going to go from confusion to confidence, step by step. Okay, first things first. Am, is, and are, what are they? Well, they're all just different forms of the same verb, the verb to be, when we're talking about right now, the present tense. Think of them as one family, but each member has its own specific job to do. You know, the easiest way to remember who does what is to think of them as 3 teams. Each subject gets put onto a team, and that's the only team they play for. I is always on team M. He, she, and it, they're on team is. And finally, you, we, and they make up team R. And listen, these teams are loyal. They never switch players, ever. Okay, so we've got our teams. How do we actually use them to build sentences? Let's get into the basic rules for making positive statements, negative statements, and of course, asking questions. This table pretty much lays it all out. You've got your subject, the positive form like I am, and the negative, I am not. But here's the thing you really need to focus on: those short form columns. In real everyday conversation, this is what you'll hear. We almost always squish the words together into contractions. We say I'm, you're, he's, and they aren't. Getting comfortable with these is going to make you sound so much more natural. And get this, making a question, it is so easy. All you do is you take the subject and the verb and you just swap them. You flip them. You are happy becomes are you happy. He is late turns into is he late. It's the same simple swap every single time. All right, so we know the teams and we know the rules. But when do we actually use these words in the real world? Let's break down the 6 most common situations you'll find yourself in. Think of this as your essential toolkit for describing, well, just about everything. Let's start with the absolute basics: identity and names. This is how we introduce who we are and who other people are. It's super direct. I am Sarah. This is my brother, Tom. You're just stating a fact about who someone is, plain and simple. Next up, we use these words to talk about age. For instance, he is 40 years old. Now, this one is a big deal because it leads right into that super common mistake we talked about, which we are going to fix right now. Okay, here it is. This is probably the most important takeaway from this whole explainer. In English, we are an age. We don't have an age. So that sentence from the beginning, she have 25 years old, is wrong. The correct way to say it is she is 25 years old. If you remember one thing today, please let it be this. Another huge one is talking about what people do, their jobs and professions. We use to be to explain what someone does for a living. We are students. My mother is a nurse. You're just defining their role in the world. We also use it to describe how we feel, both emotionally and physically. So you wouldn't say, I have hunger in English. You'd say, I am hungry. The same goes for feelings like being tired or physical states like being hot or cold. It's all about your state of being. All right, number 5 on our list, nationalities and where you're from. Anytime you want to say where you or someone else comes from, you're going to need one of these verbs. I am from Spain. They are Japanese. It's that straightforward. And last but not least, number 6, descriptions. Basically, anytime you want to use an adjective, a word that describes something, like its color, its size, how much it costs, you need am, is, or are to connect the thing to its description. For example, the car is red, not the car red, or the house is big. Okay, now for a little bonus round. Sometimes you don't want to describe something. You just want to say that it exists, that it's there. For that, we have the super useful phrases there is and there are. And the rule here is dead simple.
If you're talking about just one thing, a singular noun, you use there is. For example, there is a spider in the bathroom. But if you're talking about more than one thing, a plural noun, you switch to there are. Like, there are 5 people in the room. One thing is. Many things are.
All right, you've seen the teams, you've learned the rules, you know the 6 big uses, and you've even got your bonus tool. Now it's your turn. Let's put this new knowledge to the test. On the screen, you'll see 4 sentences, each with a little blank space. What I want you to do is go ahead and pause the explainer right here and decide if you should use am, is, or are to fill in each blank. Go on, give it a try. And that's it. Whether you paused to practice or just followed along, you have just mastered one of the most fundamental, most important structures in the entire English language. From introducing yourself, to saying how old you are, to describing the world around you, you now have the key to describing almost anything. The only question left is, what are you going to describe first?